Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie. I have some fun projects for you today, but first, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. We are really growing. We almost have 500 subscribers. Okay, today I'm going to take down this adorable little spring tier tray I have in my kitchen. It is time for it to move into summer. So my first project is a lemonade stand. I'm going to do a lemon theme on this tier tray. And so I got this little crate at the Dollar Tree, and I thought I could make it into a lemonade stand using some popsicle sticks. These are not the small popsicle sticks. These are kind of the medium size one. I think I got these at Walmart. And so I'm just kind of measuring where I think I want to cut these. And I got these fancy scissors off Amazon. And I thought they were going to cut these like super well. And they did cut the first one, but I don't know if I'm using them wrong or what. Because I had all kinds of trouble using them. I know you can cut these popsicle sticks with just scissors, but I was trying to be extra here. And you can tell I am like squeezing. And I'm like, am I using these wrong? So I stick with it. I'm trying to use those scissors. I just want to cut all the round edges off and to get them about the right length that I want. And so I can make like a little sign for the top of the lemonade stand. And I find if you pull on them, they do eventually kind of snap, but sometimes they break the entire board. So I don't know. I was not impressed with these, to say the least. And that's when I'm like, oh, I have some scissors here from the Dollar Tree. Yep, that worked. Okay, so I have the two shorter ones for the sides, and I have the longer one for the top, and I'm just giving them a quick sand, get the rough edges off. And I had previously sanded that box a little bit too because it was a little rough. Okay, I was thinking about painting them, but then I decided to go with this antique wax by Waverly and to make it look wooden. I think a wooden lemonade stand would be really cute. So I'm just giving a thin coat to my popsicle sticks. And it does not take very much of this antique wax to cover really well. And it brings out the wood grain, even in something as cheap as a popsicle stick. So I'm just giving that a good one over. And that should be all it needs. And then I am going to do the same thing with the little crate. So I'm thinking the bottom of the crate would make a good front for the lemonade stand and like sit it on its side. And so that would be the front, and this would be like one of the sides. And again, just like the popsicle sticks, it's only going to take about one coat to get good coverage on here. And I'm not really doing the bottom. I'm doing the top, the sides, the front, and the little spaces that you can see in between the crates. Then when I look in there, you can see through it. So you can see that the bottom and the sides weren't painted. So then I'm just going to go in and give kind of a messy coat to the bottom and the sides so that if you see through, it looks like it is all stained. And I love this antique wax. It's so easy to use, and it dries really, really fast. And I'm going to give it a quick dry here with my heat gun so that I can keep working on this project. This was definitely my favorite project out of the whole tier tray. And I'm kind of seeing if I just glue it to the top board there on the crate, I think it would turn out well. And then I realized that I didn't do the sides of the popsicle stick, so I'm just kind of using the antique wax that's left on my brush and going over the sides of that. And hot glue time. I'm just going to use some hot glue. I used way too much, so I took some from one side and used it for both sides actually. And just holding that on there for a second. Those things are really light. I think the hot glue is going to hold it just fine. And then I am going to, I want to put lemonade on this top sign. And I was looking at my little Scrabble tiles that I got at Dollar General, and I'm like, that would be really cute to spell out lemonade with the Scrabble tiles. So this is the first time that I'm using them, and I think they are really cute. So I have to go through the whole bag to find the letters I need. And I was going to use, if I didn't have these, I probably would have wrote it on there with a paint pen to make it look kind of rustic, or maybe even used my Cricut. But I wanted all these projects to be super easy and something that anybody could do. And again, I got those Scrabble tiles at Dollar General. And I am just going to hot glue them on. I kind of found the center and where the left one should be, and then I'm just going to use that as a guide to do them all. I'm leaving a tiny space in between them just so you can kind of see that they're Scrabble tiles. But one tiny dot of hot glue is all that takes to secure those on there. And I think I will do a second sign for the front as well, with like a price for the lemonade. So that is all good, and I just need to attach that to the front of the lemonade stand. And a little dot of hot glue on each side. And that should do it. And didn't that turn out cute? I really love this. It's exactly what I had pictured in my mind. Okay, so I'm going to use one of these little wood dominoes from the Dollar Tree that I have left over. And I'm just going to use scissors. I've given up on the scissors I obviously don't know how to use. And I'm just kind of cutting it down to cut the round edges off. Oh, no, I wasn't done yet. I said, I wonder if it'll work on dominoes better. Not really. As you can see, I was determined, but then I go back to the scissors. And I'm just cutting it down to make it smaller and to make it a rectangle. And sanding off the rough edges with my little sanding block from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use this to make the price sign for the lemonade. And since the Scrabble tiles are that raw wood, I think I'm just going to leave it like raw wood. Just to kind of make it look, more authentic. And then I'm just going to use a black paint pen to write the price on there. And you could always use a Sharpie. You could use, a marker, whatever you have. And the end on my paint pen's a little messed up. I think I did not turn it around the last time that I used it. So I'm trying to get a better side to write with. And these are just paint pens I picked up at Target. And I'm just going to write 25 cents. And on that raw wood, the paint, bled a little bit, which actually looked kind of cool. So I'm just going to attach that, and I'm going to attach it kind of crooked. I thought that would be cute. And lemonade, 25 cents. Now, I got these little wood stickers at the Dollar Tree, and they have lemons. So I thought I would use one of the lemons on the sign, but I want it to be yellow and white like a lemon. So I'm going to use this bright yellow acrylic paint that I picked up at Target, and I'm just going to go over the entire lemon. Now you can see the wood burning on the wood sticker through the paint, so I can still see the details on the lemon that I need to paint. But one coat on that unfinished wood is all it takes for the lemon, and I just want to go around the edges of the lemon too. Those should be yellow as well. And give it a quick dry with my heat gun. And then I'm going to go back in and try to paint the white like circle and pieces of the lemon to bring out the detail. That heat gun was so hot that it melted the plastic off the back of the sticker. So I have a white paint pen as well, and I am just going to go in and try to draw the little white lines that I can still see. And if you didn't have these stickers, you could use any kind of like round piece of wood and do the same thing. The lemon design is pretty easy. It's kind of like the spokes of a tire, and then it has like the rind around the sides. And I've almost got it. And I was like, this kind of looks just like a wheel. You could probably use a wheel and make it into lemon. And I think I've got it. Now I'm going to give it a dry, and I am going to attach that to the front of my lemonade stand there on the front of the crate. And I'm just getting it just the way I like it. And again, just a dot of hot glue, and I'm attaching that wooden sticker to the front. And the lemonade stand has been constructed. Now, I want to decorate the lemonade stand to make it look even, cuter. So first I'm going to go in, I'm just going in and weathering it just a little bit with this ivory chalk paint from Waverly. And I'm just going over everything and just giving a little bit of white weathering. I really like, I have a coastal farmhouse theme in my house. I like everything to be kind of weathered and beachy. If you do too much, I'm just going in with a little baby wipe and trying to get off the extra white that might be too much. I really want that wood to show through. And I'm going to do the same thing on the sides, just a little weathering. And that looks about perfect. And again, this is just a dry brush technique. And then I'm also going to do the top because you're going to be able to see the top. Okay, time to decorate. I found these little glass jars in the craft section at Dollar Tree. They had two sizes. They had the small size and the large size. And I thought one would be a good glass for lemonade and one would be a good pitcher. So I'm also taking this craft glue that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to try to make lemonade for my cup. So I was thinking I can put like a drop of yellow paint and then fill up the rest with this craft glue to give a lemonade effect in the cup and something that will dry in there. And I'm just going to stir that with one of these skewers from the Dollar Tree. And I think I added too much paint because it was a little too yellow for lemonade, I thought. So I'm going to try again. And this time I'm going to put the clear craft glue in first. And then I'm going to add just a very small amount of the yellow paint with my skewer. And to see if that'll give me a lighter yellow, more of a lemonade when I stir that. And I was happy with that. So I'm just going to clean it up a little around the edges. And there's my first lemonade for my lemonade stand. And then I want to do the same with the pitcher. So I'm just unscrewing the cap on that. And I'm going to add the glue to the pitcher. There's not a lot of glue in these little glue containers. I thought I maybe was going to need more than one, but I made it work with just 1 cup of lemonade and 1 pitcher. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add a dot of yellow paint. I'm thinking food coloring would work for this as well too, but I have the paint like right here accessible. So it definitely worked to make my lemonade for the pitcher. And I don't really have anything to make a handle for the pitcher, so I think I'm just going to kind of sit that behind the 25-cent sign. You won't be able to tell that there's not a handle on there. And then I thought, you know, not all the cups in your lemonade stand are going to be full of lemonade. Some are going to be empty still, so I'm going to put an empty one on there as well. And I think that is plenty. Then I thought it would be cute to maybe have some lemons sitting around on the lemonade stand. So I found this yellow Model Magic at Dollar Tree, and I'm just rolling little balls and then pinching the ends to kind of make them look like lemons. And this was way easier than I thought it would be. And then I'm thinking I don't want my lemonade to be falling over. So it's probably going to be best to glue those down. So I'm going to glue down my pitcher and then glue down my cup of lemonade and my empty cup so they don't fall around if my tier tray gets moved. Then I'm also going to just use a dot of hot glue and also glue down my little lemons. I put 2 on there, and then I loved the way they looked, so I just made another one. So easy, so cute, and glue that down. And I think that's the final touch on our lemonade stand. This is absolutely my favorite part of the whole tier tray. Okay, the next thing I got at Dollar General for $2, and I could not pass these up. Since the tier tray is in my kitchen, I like it to have kitchen items on it as well. And so these are perfect. They're lemon, salt, and pepper shakers. And I do not need to do anything to them. They are perfect. They're ready to go. Look how cute these are. And they have a little leaves on the side. I love them. Okay, next project. I got this little rolling pin at Dollar General for $1, and it was yellow, so I thought that would be perfect for the lemon tier tray, and it goes with my kitchen theme as well. And I also got this placemat at the Dollar Tree with the When Life Gives You Lemons design on it, and I thought that I would be able to use the lemons on there for something, and so that is what I'm going to try to do on here. I don't need the string on the rolling pin, so I just cut that off and pulled the staples out of the back. And then I am just going to try to use scissors to cut lemons out of this placemat to decorate my little rolling pin because it doesn't have any lemons on it. So I thought that would be a good way to bring it into our theme. I first thought about cutting around the leaves, but then I thought that would be too much. So I just cut out one of the large lemons. And I tried to cut it as close as I could to the lemon, but then I kept noticing that you could see blue, so I had to keep trimming it. So don't be afraid to cut it as close as you want. And you know, you could use any kind of lemon. I could have used like the little lemon wood stickers, or I could have made lemons. You could print them out. There's so many ways to find things to decorate with. I knew I did not want to use this placemat anywhere in my house, but when I looked at it, I was like, look at all those lemons I could cut out. So I'm just going to hot glue one of them on the right side of my rolling pin. And then I was thinking, you know, maybe I should put a little lemon on there too. I got all these lemons. And so I am just cutting out one of the smaller lemons for the other side. And those placemats are so easy to cut. And this project is done. Easy peasy. I found this at the Dollar Tree, this little lemon tray, and it is so beautiful. It has like a gold trim around the edges of it. And I'm just going to sit this on my tier tray. I don't need to do anything to it, but I absolutely love it. And I also found this lemon bottle. It's a glass bottle at Dollar General for $2. And I was thinking this would be a good way to like incorporate lemonade or the appearance of lemonade to my tier tray. So I am just going to fill that up with water, and then I am just going to add a little bit of yellow food coloring to the water to make it look like lemonade. And that is really all I have to do for this project. I love this bottle. I love that it's made out of glass. It makes it look a little nicer than the same things that I have found like at the Dollar Tree made out of plastic. And there we go. I have a bottle of lemonade for my tier tray. And I'm hoping that fits. I'm hoping it's not too tall. I also found these at Dollar General. These were $5. And these were the same set as the salt and pepper shakers. They are lemon measuring cups. And they are adorable. I absolutely love these. And I'm so glad I picked these up when I saw them. And they just nest inside of each other. And they're the same pattern as the salt and pepper shaker. And they're perfect for a kitchen tier tray, especially a lemon one. Aren't they cute? Okay, so my next project, I'm just going to use one of these Ray Dunn bowls that I had laying around my house. And I'm going to make a bowl of lemons. I had a hard time finding lemons. And I couldn't find any at Dollar General or Dollar Tree. So I ended up finding these at Target. Now, they were more expensive than I would like, and I almost used real lemons, but I really wanted it to be able to sit out for a while, and I can't say we use a lot of lemons in our house, so I decided to get the fake ones that'll be good for every year. Then I found this cute little lemon pillow at the Dollar General as well, and I believe that was $2. And I'm just cutting. I don't need the rope. I don't need the tag. I thought this would give me a nice texture for my tier tray. I've never used a pillow on a tier tray, but we will see. And I wanted to use some of these Lemon Heads candies. And this vase I got from the Dollar Tree was just about the right height that I needed to give me like a place to put them. I kind of wanted it to be more of a candy jar effect. But this will work because I couldn't really find any candy jars sitting around my house. And so I'm just filling these up. You can use lemon heads. You can use like lemon drops. But it gives a fun little aspect to your tier tray and some candy to snack on. And then I also had this sitting around my house. It is my Ray Dunn juicer. And it's a really pretty piece. And I thought that would go well with the lemonade theme of my tray, and so I think I'm going to use that as well. And next up, I am going to try to make a lemon tree. I don't think this will fit, but I think I might be able to sit it next to my tier tray, so that's what I'm going to go for. I got this little blue metal bucket at the Dollar Tree, and the little foam circles they have there at the Dollar Tree fit perfectly in there, by the way. Then I got these little lemon picks at Target, and they were in their like home decor section. I think they were $5 a piece, and I am just kind of taking that apart, and I want to try to make it look like a little lemon tree. And so I'm just cutting off. It would never fit if I would have left it on the original picks. So I just want a little short lemon tree to fit on my counter, and I think I will sit this next to my tier tray because I don't think there's any way I'm going to be able to get this to fit. And I originally bought this because I couldn't find any lemons, and I was going to use the lemons off of here, but then I found lemons, so I decided to go ahead and still use it anyway to make this cute little lemon tree. And it turned out cute. It was very easy. And then I was thinking, I don't really want to see the foam along the top of the bucket, so I am going to go in and put some of that reindeer moss from the Dollar Tree on top of the foam. And I'm not going to glue it down or anything. I'm just going to kind of sit it in there just to cover up the foam and give my little lemon tree the finishing touch. And I love how this turned out. Now, when you're designing a tier tray, remember the things don't all have to fit on the tier tray. You can always do something next to it if you have enough room around the tier tray. And there we go. I also found these at the Dollar Tree, and they are pot holders. Then when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And I thought these would be perfect. I have little hooks on the wall behind my tier tray where I display all of my huge collection of Ray Dunn coffee mugs, and I thought I could put those there. I also found this matching trivet that I can sit next to it as well to use as a hot plate or a cutting board. And then I like to always tie everything into my kitchen. So I also found these lemon napkins at the Dollar Tree. And I found this lemon towel at Dollar General, the same color scheme. And I think it was $2. And I will use those in my kitchen to kind of pull it all together. And then the final touch, I want to use this lemon ribbon that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I'm thinking about putting it around the edges of my tier tray. So this is my tier tray that I have in my kitchen. It is a 2-tier tray, and I think I picked this up at Marshall's a couple of years ago. And I'm just going to use the little glue dots from the Dollar Tree to try to attach my ribbon around the sides of the tier tray. And I saw one of my friends do this with her tier tray, and it turned out so cute. And I was like, oh, I need to try to remember to use that someday, to put a ribbon around the tier tray, and it just gives it another dose of lemon and a really cute finishing touch here. And I'm hoping that the glue dots will make it easy to remove for when I go to switch this out. I did not want to use hot glue or anything like that. We shall see. So I'm just going to cut it off when I get the right length. And I think I have enough ribbon on here to do the bottom as well. So I'm grabbing some more glue dots, and I'm going to just start wrapping the ribbon around the bottom. Try to align the seams the same spot. And I'm going to do the same thing along the bottom. Those little glue dots are really sticky. I hope this works. I haven't used them a lot, but I wanted to use like some maybe Command adhesive strips, but this is what I could find in my craft bin, so I thought I would give it a try. And there we go. We have our little lemon border all the way around both sides of the tier tray, and now it is time to style this thing. So this can be the hardest part. I've kind of thought about each place on the tier tray as I was making things, so I'm going to try to put this together here in one take. So here is my bowl of lemons, and again, you can always use real lemons if you can't find the fake ones or don't want to invest in those. And I just used one of my bowls that said yum because that kind of goes with anything. And I like how that turned out. And here is our little lemon heads. And I'm just going to kind of sit that in the back to give me a pop of yellow and some height back there where I need it. And then here is a little lemon pillow that I got at Dollar General. And I'm going to kind of sit that up against the pole to kind of fill in that space. And I love the texture on that. I really like using a pillow for a tier tray. I think it turned out really well. And here is our little lemon measuring cups. And I love these. I'm not sure if I should display them all nested or some going this way, some going that way. I ended up just leaving them nested. I don't know. I might go back and change it. But it turned out cute. And then up next, I think I'm going to do this little rolling pin, and it doesn't really want to stand up, but I have these cute little stands. One of my friends, Lena, one of my sorority sisters, she had her husband 3D print these little stands for my tier tray, and that worked out perfectly. Thank you so much for that. That was so kind. And then here is my little lemon tray. I'm just going to kind of sit there in my free space I have left on that tray, and I think that is good for the bottom. And time to move on to the top. And I'm going to use my little Ray Dun juicer that I had. Since I have my Ray Dun on my right on the bottom, I'm going to put it on my left on the top. And that's when I realized like my tier tray was not screwed on there. And now my ribbon's kind of exposed, so I'm trying to fix this the best that I can. And I just have to shift everything over again to get it the way I had it. And that looks good. Okay, so back to the top shelf again. I kind of want my top to be more centered like that. And that looks good. And back to decorating the top here. My lemonade is almost too tall, but I get it to fit there under my counter. And the food coloring kind of dissipated out of there. I did have to put some more food coloring in there to give it that yellow effect. And this is something I didn't show you before. It's a $3 candle I got at the Target dollar spot. I found that I needed one more piece, I think, to fill up all the space. And so I had this lemon scented candle that I picked up at the dollar spot the other day. And it's yellow, so I thought that would be perfect to put there on the side. And it's time for my favorite project, my little lemonade stand. This just makes the entire tier tray. Like, the second that I'm walking in the kitchen, I am looking at this lemonade stand. I can't believe it was so cheap to make, and I love how it turned out. It's perfect. And then I have these little lemon salt and pepper shakers that I want to work in here on the top. And I think I'm going to turn them like this so you can see the leaves on them. And that fills that spot nicely. And then I have those little hooks there in the back. That's where I plan to hang my pot holders. And so here is the When Life Gives You Lemons pot holders. And again, that brings in the lemon. Has a touch of the blue that I'm going to have with my little lemon tree. And I also have that matching trivet that I'm going to sit next to my tier tray that will actually be like a functional piece. And I'm just going to sit that kind of underneath my pot holders without knocking everything over. And then the last piece is my little lemon tree that I made out of the little tin from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to sit that on the side of my cabinet there. And I love how it turned out. I love how I did like the little extra things. You know, I also have my lemon napkins, my lemon towel on my stove. And I think it all like really works well together. The lemonade stand is the thing that really the only thing that I crafted from scratch on here. And I love the way it turned out. And so many of it was just, so much of it was easy. I mean, like putting the lemons in the bowls and finding these great pieces. A lot of this I got at Dollar General. Some of it I got at Dollar Tree. But keep your eyes open for this lemon stuff. It is so cute. The little measuring cups, the salt and pepper shaker, and then I use some of my existing Ray Dun pieces that I have in my collection. And this is how it looks. This is the corner of my kitchen. It's kind of a dead space of countertop that I don't really use. And I love how this turned out. What do you guys think about my tier tray? I think number 4 it is now. And here is the final product. And if you like this video, if you could hit like, and if you could subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Until next time.